So, what is wrong with Heroes Olden Era? I mean, the game seems to receive mixed reactions based on trailers and their comments. The most common criticism is its mobile game aesthetics. In my first video, I'd like to show you my take on fixing the game's visuals. Heroes as a series of games has a tough story of success and failure, or rise and fall. If you played the games, if you know them, you know what I mean. After years of silence and waiting, we finally got an announcement of the next entry. However, the creators seem to not understand the original intent behind some of the design choices. Why does it even matter? Well, Heroes Olden Era is strongly inspired by Heroes 3, the most liked entry of the series. It's pretty obvious after comparing the map assets or available towns to build. However, this attempt of refreshing the old does not defend itself. Let me show you why. While this criticism is vague, it has some truth to it. This is caused by strong saturated colors put unevenly, not in places where they are needed. The elements also lack any signs of use. The castles, they look epic but have no traces of decay, weathering down, no cracks or other imperfections, at least most of the time. Sometimes the epicness is forced, like with this weird statue in Necropolis. It's just too mighty and doesn't really make any sense there. Let's compare it to the old Necropolis. Dark, gritty, ruined, gothic, an embodiment of decay and obscurity, suited for twisted dark magic. In the new game, the town is shiny, filled with green saturation. This doesn't suit the concept at all. Here, I'm proposing a different palette, more similar to Heroes 5. Let's leave the greens commonly associated with healing or nature to the elves and forest spirits. The romancers are not healing anyone. They are forcing life upon things that should remain dead, so they should be dark with some bloody accents. Maybe even rusty oranges would work. If we are really set on using green, let's make it rotten, ugly, like old, stinky food or gas. Adding some traces of oldness or use would enhance this feeling. Same goes for other towns. Their palettes are often off, architecture and colors are not consistent, and overall towns lack thought and sensitivity. Epicness is prioritized over logic, style over substance. The map is not as readable as in the old game. It's hard to tell what's interactable and even distinguish loot from obstacles. I would shift the hue of obstacles inspired by, well, Heroes 3 for instance. This makes the available area much clearer. Next, interactable objects could use some shadow beneath to bring it out to the surface and make it seem a little bit more natural. Increasing contrast and saturation on loot also brings attention to it and makes the map more vibrant and alive. I also added a little bit of glow on valuable items to make them more desirable. Shiny stuff is more tempting to pick up. To summarize it, there is clearly a lot of love poured into the map. Unfortunately, attempting to make it painterly made it bland and milky. It's not bad, it just needs some more thought and adjustments. After all, we are looking at game assets here, and game assets need to be clear, not just pretty. The battlefield feels weird too. The troops seem small, always taking one spot on the grid, and if tiny, leaving lots of empty space. Let's make the troops bigger. They should fill the whole slot and cover the upper one to keep their proportions realistic. Like in the old game, bigger troops should cover more slots, thus highlighting the size difference and making it affect the gameplay. Something that's bugging me is the inconsistency with character portraits. I won't be fixing them in this video, but they all seem drawn in different styles by different people for different purposes. They lack overall artistic direction. Some of them lack logic or straight up don't have any sense. A good question would be if we even need a new game. Wouldn't making a sequel be a more coherent choice? The creators would have a little bit more freedom in terms of gameplay and assets, instead of being stuck in old times. Meanwhile, Heroes 3 has a very active community organizing tournaments, challenges, streams, and even creating advanced mods. The game is pretty much still alive and well. Of course, it's all a matter of preference. This video is not to be interpreted as hate, but constructive criticism with informative purpose. It's my take on why the graphics seem off. Let me know in the comments if you're waiting for Heroes Olden Era or if you just stick with Heroes 3. I'm personally waiting for the soundtrack made by Paul Romero, original composer for previous games, Chris Velasco, composer of Bloodborne, and also played by Heroes Orchestra, my countrymen. While my feelings on the game are skeptical, I'm very proud of them and always dreamed of seeing their concert. Well, if you liked the video, remember about the 3 magical buttons, because if you won't let me know, then I just won't know. See you next time.